Have you ever fallen for someone instantly? Like they walked into the room and something clicked. You didn't know them, but your heart raced. Your mind filled in every blank. You didn't meet them. You met yourself. Or rather, a hidden part of you, projected onto them like a movie screen. Welcome to the projection trap, where your unconscious chooses who you love, who you fear, and who you can't stand. In Jungian psychology, projection is simple. You unconsciously assign your inner contents, your fears, desires, emotions, onto someone else. It's not intentional, it's not manipulative, it's automatic. When you meet someone who triggers something in you, positive or negative, there's a good chance it's not about them, it's about you. Your inner opposite, the anima or animus, doesn't stay quiet if ignored. It wants to be known, so it reaches out through projection. A man may fall obsessively for a free-spirited, mysterious woman, not because she's his soulmate, but because she matches his unintegrated anima. A woman might become infatuated with a confident, hyperlogical man because her animus seeks expression. The tragedy? You never truly see the other person. You fall in love with a symbol, and when the illusion cracks, you feel betrayed, even if they never lie. Let's take a famous case, the manic pixie dream girl. She's quirky, emotional, free, and chaotic, and the emotionally repressed man becomes obsessed. He thinks she'll save him. She thinks he really sees her. Neither is true. She is the projection of the man's lost emotional self, his anima. But she can't carry that burden, so the relationship collapses under the weight of his own unconscious. He feels abandoned. But in truth, he was chasing his own soul, not hers.
Jung said, falling in love is always a projection.
You meet someone, you feel electricity, you think, this is it. But what you're really saying is, this person fits the image of what my soul thinks it's missing. And here's the kicker. The stronger the reaction, positive or negative, the more likely it's a projection. That person may be a vessel for your hopes or a mirror for your wounds. It's not just about love. Think of someone you can't stand, someone who just gets under your skin. Now ask, what exactly about them do I hate? Chances are they carry a trait you've rejected in yourself. Arrogance, neediness, passivity, control. These aren't always about them. They're parts of you you've pushed into the shadow, now returning as irritation. You're not angry at them. You're angry that they remind you of you. Reflection prompt. List 3 traits you deeply admire in people. List 3 traits you can't stand. Now ask, where do these live in me? How have I rejected or idealized these traits? This is where your unconscious comes alive. You're no longer blaming others for what lives in you. You're taking back psychological ownership. That's how healing begins. When you love someone for the parts of you they reflect, you don't truly love them, and eventually they'll disappoint you, not because they changed, but because the projection wore off. The danger isn't loving the wrong person. It's thinking they are your missing piece. That's not love. That's longing for your own inner wholeness, disguised as romance. So, how do you stop projecting? You can't. Not entirely. Projection is a natural part of the psyche, but you can learn to recognize it. You can pause when someone triggers you, good or bad. You can ask, what does this person reflect back to me? What am I chasing or avoiding in them that lives inside me? And then slowly, you take that energy back. You withdraw the projection. You stop chasing shadows. You start meeting real people. Ava was creative, emotional, intuitive, but also scattered, lost, unmoored. Then she met Daniel. He was grounded, logical, in control. She thought he would anchor her, that he would fix the chaos inside her. But Daniel wasn't her savior. He was her Animus projection, the embodiment of the stability she hadn't built inside herself. Eventually, he grew cold, distant. She felt abandoned. But the truth? She had abandoned her own inner masculine and expected him to carry it. That was never his job. The moment a projection dies is painful. You feel like someone deceived you, but in truth, the deception came from your own unconscious. That heartbreak you feel, it's not just about losing them, it's about losing the dream of who you thought they were. It's the death of an illusion, but also the birth of clarity. Here's the good news. Every projection is a map. If someone triggers you, it's a clue. It tells you, there's something here you need to integrate. Instead of blaming them, you ask, what does this teach me about myself? In doing that, you begin the process Jung called individuation. You stop chasing external fulfillment. You begin the inner journey. Take a moment to think about your type. Not physically, but emotionally. What qualities do you consistently look for in others? Now ask, what would it feel like to develop those in myself? If you love emotional safety, become emotionally safe. If you chase ambition, build your own structure. If you admire depth, go deep within. What you chase in others is what you're being called to awaken in you. When you integrate your projections, you stop needing others to complete you. You start loving from wholeness, not hunger. Your relationships become alchemical. You stop searching for the one and become someone capable of real love. Not fantasy, not obsession, but clear-eyed connection. So, who are you really in love with? Is it them, or is it the part of you you've lost? The projection trap is real, but it's not a prison. It's a door, a portal to deeper self-awareness. And once you walk through it, you don't just see others more clearly, you see yourself. Next up, when your anima or animus takes over and you become the puppet. Stay tuned for the dark side when your anima or animus possesses you. Like, comment, and subscribe if this helped you see yourself more clearly. Until next time, keep journeying inward.